How's it going? Happy New Year. Welcome to episode 8 of Scratch Social Golf Podcast. I'm here with Emer McManus, my co-host. How are things, Emer?
Things are great, Paddy. Happy New Year to you too. Back at work. I really enjoyed the 2-week break, but there's a lot to be said for routine. How are you?
A lot to be said for it. I'm good now. I'm nice and refreshed. I'm recording. It was like International Hand In Your Notice Day just on Monday past. Didn't hand in my notice. We're still selling as much software as possible. But what did you get up to for the 2 weeks? Did you fully take advantage of the time off, and were you on high stools under low ceilings, or what did you get up to?
I've a lot of high stools and a lot of low ceilings and plenty of pints of Guinness because that is my favourite drink.
Whoosh.
But look, really enjoyed the break. With my job and with what I do, like our event season is absolutely crazy at Forefront. But really managed to take the 2 weeks off. But like you, I'm never off. You know, you're always online. You're always checking things. Now we're planning for the podcast as well. So yeah, it was lovely. Rested up. I got back to the range last week as well, which was great. Yeah, went
What's
back
the swing
to paddling.
speed? What's the swing speed?
We'll have that for you next week.
Okay, very good. But getting back was the first thing.
I'll be honest, I hadn't been to the range in so long. I had major anxiety going into the range, and I've never gotten that in my life, but I was actually nervous going back into the driving range and picking up the golf clubs. I don't know, does anybody else feel like that? And then the minute I hit my first 5 shots, I was absolutely grand.
Why were you nervous?
I don't know. I think because you're like me, Paddy, we put out so much content online, and sometimes when you go to a range and you might meet people, you know, they expect for you to be absolutely unbelievable. And I'm not unbelievable at golf. I'm well able to play, but I'm nowhere near, you know, a standard, maybe where I could potentially be. Did you ever feel like that?
No. I'm 38 now. I'm fairly long in the tooth, and I'm at a stage of my life where I don't give an SH1T about what anybody thinks of me, says to me. I do my own thing. I have time for everybody. People come say hi. I was at the Lewis today coming home from Spencer Dock, and there was a load of people with orange lanyards, obviously coming out of PwC, you know, jobs for life, working on the spreadsheets. Runs over and goes, "How's it going, Paddy?" And I wouldn't have notion. I was like, "Well, how are you?" He goes, "Just want to come over. I love the videos, and the new podcast is class." And so I'm sorry, Mr. Man, in a bit of work experience in PwC, but great to meet you. Thanks for coming to say hello. But I don't care what people think of me. So I'm at the range. I'm working on my thing. No problem. But obviously, if anybody's there and wants to have a chat, I'm always game for a chat. Always
Yeah,
game.
I'm the same. But in that moment, I was really nervous. And I think that's what it was. Unless I was just nervous about being bad, you know, my grip, all of those things for the first time in my life were actually going through my head. So I've nipped it in the bud now. I definitely need to take
Good.
more of a leaf out of your book and drive on. But now I can't wait to get back to the range. But unfortunately, it's bitterly cold. So I'll be avoiding it for the
Bitterly
foreseeable.
cold. Bitterly cold. That's what indoor simulators are for.
That is true. Paddy, what did you get up to in the last 2 weeks of our wonderful Christmas break?
Last 2 weeks, well, the podcast kept going. You know, Scratch Social, we are being consistent. We ain't taking no breaks. In fact, we're going to be doing extra stuff. So stay tuned for this Friday bonus podcast coming your way on all things Irish golf and tournaments that are going to be coming to Ireland, both amateur and pro, for the year. A couple of massive international tournaments. But that's for Friday. That's not for now. What did I get up to? Did Christmas Day at home here in Naas County Kildare for the first time with the 2 girls and my wife. And I kind of travel Munster generally at Christmas time. So down to Kerry then Stephen's Day to the in-laws, collected my son from his mom, and we head off to Lahinch the next day. So we're in Lahinch in the academy up there for 4 days. Got a couple of hours sitting down playing traditional music with my dad and my sister and my uncle, John Lynch, Clifton Arcady Band. How are you? In my great granddad's kitchen. So that is as clear as you can get. About 15 people in the room. So that was good fun. 3 or 4 days in the academy. Got a round of golf in on the 30th, playing with some good friends of mine. Back down to Kerry, back up to Naas. Spent New Year's in Naas and had 4 or 5 nice chill days in Naas, just going for walks with the kids, and all very wholesome. I only had 2 bottles of wine all over Christmas. We're both on the same night, so well worth it. But generally, I was just speaking to it. We should record before we hit record. We just press record when we joined this online studio about generally the 27th, 28th. So when I sit down and kind of lay out what I'm going to do or what I want to do in 2026, and I do it with my son. I've done it with my son since 2022. So when he was like 11. Right, so it's nice to look back. I'll keep his goals from past years just to see like what did he want to achieve. Some of them are coerced or like encouraged, like try new foods or whatever because it's on the spectrum. So yeah, I sat down and I wrote out my goals, both kind of personally and for golf, and for this podcast. So I won't share the podcast ones if we want to go through them today. We don't need to speak that into existence. We're just going to do it. Before I go through mine, are you a goal person? Are you a journal person? Are you a wellness person?
Yeah, I like to think I look after myself. I've just started a gratitude journal. That was my big thing with my husband Kev for 2026. And honestly, it's been amazing. We actually look forward to it every night. It takes 2 minutes. You write down things you're grateful for. And it's not like, oh, I'm grateful for my great job or this podcast. You can literally be like, I'm grateful for the nice meal that I had. And as you keep doing it, all of a sudden you realize like having gratitude in the smaller things actually makes you so much happier. So even like when I was at the range, that was one of my things in my journal. And I was like, I'm grateful I hit 4 drives straight. And obviously I had 20 right and left. But yeah, and then look, I have another big goal for myself and it's to win a golf competition in 2026. I've never really set like a major golf goal for myself. I've always just sort of showed up, hoped for the best. But I do think I have good potential and I think I'm not getting any younger either, so I may as well try give it one big lash for 2026 and see where we go. And of course, as always, health and fitness is a priority. You have some really interesting ways of setting goals. I'd love to hear them and for you to share with the listeners.
Well, I list them out kind of. Yeah, there's some take care of myself goals because I don't take care of myself. The best look, being able to keep up with my family, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 15-year-old, a wife, a job, 2 podcasts, all that jazz, playing golf, taking photos, flying the drone. Flying the drone is the most fun ever. So I kind of sit down and I'm like, what's a stretch? Sometimes I sit down and go, these are the things I'm going to do because as a result, other things will be achieved. So a couple of things there, like everyone should read. I almost said Bad Habits. That's the coffee shop here in Nace. Everyone should read Atomic Habits. I don't read. I bought some of those books in the background just because I've listened to the audiobook, so they look fancy now. I have audiobooked all of those. I have read Make Time. Atomic Habits, Deep Work, and Network. Network is not about networking. It's about really high elite basketball coach. He coached Jordan. He coached Kobe. He coached the best of the best. So yeah, I've kind of learned from those things. Obviously, they were all listened to during COVID, but I still try and pull for them now. Goals this year, I would like, this is a big one, imagery or written word in the golfer's journal. So as a result of that, I've written down, there's a YouTuber I watch and he has like a photography competition in his own community. So I'm going to join that so I can just keep practicing photography outside of being in a golf course. So that's number one. That'll be class, imagery or written word in the golfer's journal. I know Ken Carney has done a couple of pieces for them, which is phenomenal about shrinking the game and stuff like that. The other podcast, I like to do 35 episodes of my own thing. Vanity goal of getting to 15K on Instagram. That's vanity goal, no harm in that. Golf. I want to get to, I have this thing on my Instagram, Appetite Hogs Golf, of like beyond scratch. Why? Because to play in a national championship, you need to be way beyond scratch. You need to be a +2, +2.5 in some cases just to get in. So I've that there, +2 handicap, win the club championship. Now bear in mind, Jonathan Keane won the club championship last year, who also won the South. So I'd need to be about 600 par off the back sticks. But that's a stretch one. That's more like if I can compete, if I can come the top 5, right? Well, maybe Paddy should have been on the senior cup team this year. But anyway, win a scratch cup or win an open day, either or. I've played senior cup there. That's stretch because I need to get to that +2 goal by like May. But we're grafting 52 runs. Now I've work and family and podcasts and all that jazz. So that's not like once a week. Sometimes there might be none a week, but there might be 3 a different week. But if I do 52 runs, that's 52 more than 0. And that'll be an accomplishment. My goal this year was to have a whoop strain of 10 or more on average for the year. I was 10.3. And I thought, nice. Until I saw the little thing beside it was the average strain for men of your age and your demographic is 11.5. So that's now That's now my goal for this year is 11.5 and get the whoop age down to currently whoop age is 39 and I'm 39 in March. So I'm about 0.2 older than I should be. So,
Should I reveal? Should I reveal?
Oh, you can in a minute. So it's to get that 2 years younger.
Yeah.
So they said I'm 37. So yeah. And hopefully needs one, but maybe not needs one. Go on a golf trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. So
Anywhere in particular?
I don't care. 3 days, a 4-day trip playing golf for 3 days, not 6, like 3 courses. 3 courses, a couple of nice coffee shops. And yeah, like that could be Rossapena, just Rossapena. Ireland, I'd love to do like Manchester and do Birkdale and Formby Ladies or Lytham St. Anne's, or South East is Prince's Club, which has the Walker Cup in 2 years' time, and Royal Troon. So yeah,
Nice.
whatever works. But yeah, not extensive, but a couple of biggies, a couple of stretches. 52 runs is very realistic, but just need to execute. Yeah. Also, new golf coach, new systems, new programs, new training aids. Yeah, already in place, already grafting. Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see now how that goes.
Love that. I've seen your mobility on Insta, and I'll tell you one thing.
I'm trying.
It has been a kick up my backside. Every time I see it, I'm like, Eber, just get down on that mat.
I'm trying to do 31 days of mobility, 5 minutes minimum. And I drove Christopher back to his mom yesterday, so it was Naas to Ardfert back to Naas. That's about 6 hours driving. And I got straight out of the car and I was like, this mobility isn't nice to have, it's a need to have. But I wouldn't have done it previously. But then I got the phone out on the tripod. My wife said, what are you doing? I was like, this works for me. This makes it accountable for me. Because I've told maybe 10,000 people, 1,000 maybe, viewing stuff, that I'm going to do this. So that's my little bit of accountability. That's why I put up some stuff. It's just I use it as an accountability thing.
Yeah, I love that. Look, I think your goals are great. I think 52 runs is very realistic. It's an average one a year, or one a week.
One a year?
Sorry, one a week.
One a week.
And then with regards to the golf, I do understand your almost, it's not pain, but it's your feeling of, oh my God, because Chloe Ryan won our club championship in Sunningdale last year, and that's the person who I'm trying to catch, as well as every other person who beat me. So I know the feeling. It's a mountain to climb, but sure, look, we'll get there. We will get there one way or another.
We'll get there. What's your whoop age? You were going to tell me. What's your whoop age?
So I'm 33 as of New Year's Day, and my whoop age is 29.
Look at you. A belated happy birthday, by the way.
To be honest, it could be better. It really, really could be better. And in full disclosure, I'm actually not wearing my whoop right now because I took off the strap. And when I put it back on after I washed it, it's not closing properly. You know the way the whoop is a bit funny like that? So I just need to get back on the horse there. But yeah, I'm quite like the whoop as well, like my whoop age. I should even be a bit younger, but I need to get my heart rate up, do a bit of like cardiovascular training because I just don't do enough.
We'll make this into a clip, right? We'll make this into a clip, a 15-second clip. We'll stick it on Instagram. And I want everybody listening or watching this clip, or if you watch on YouTube, just put whoop in the comments, right? And if we get enough, you can start like whoop groups on the app. So that might be a nice little bit of accountability, who has the highest strain. We'll see how that works out. Bigger picture, in my opinion, to the whoop, performer of the week on Scratch Social is, and get some podcast shout outs. You never know. We might do that.
One more thing on the whoop thing. I started 2 years ago, a Golf Pals group on Whoop. There are currently no members. If Scratch Social helps this, then we'll do a Scratch Social Whoop members. I love that idea, Paddy. Well done. That's amazing. Anyway, let's move on.
Do that.
Some news. So I watched for the first time TGL last night. Thought it was really good, really interesting. There was a couple of parts of it I just felt were a bit slow. Now, I love the team element. I'd love maybe to hear them. I know they're mic'd up, but I'd like to hear a little bit more of like the engagement. I kind of wish there was more of a challenge element. Yes, they're playing the courses. I like seeing the lava, which is outside the fairways and the rough. It makes it a bit creative, but I do wish even though they're on a clock, after they hit their shots, there was some sort of big break element in it as well, where the players were
Yeah.
also trying to break glass or just something to make it a bit faster and a bit entertaining. But what are your thoughts on it?
I think it shows the game in a completely different light. So my wife won't sit down and watch golf tournaments. She might watch the last 9 holes of the Masters or the Open, right? Because that's when it gets good. But she'll watch TGL, no problem. Watch TGL, no problem, because the format changes. So it's the format changes. So, and she's learning, I suppose, a bit more the personalities of the golfers because they are mic'd up, and there is a bit of jibing going on. And she's like, "What is this hammer thing?" And I was like, "I don't really know myself." And I was
Last
like,
night,
I was like, they could have come up with a way more creative name.
we were the same last night. Kev said to me, "What's this hammer?" I was like, "I have no idea." And you immediately came to my mind. That's no joke, because I know you watch it. And I was like, Paddy will know. Paddy will know.
I have an idea. The hammer is basically, I think they have as many hammers as they want to use. I don't know if that's restricted. I think it should be restricted. Like, yeah, so let's just say we're putting for 4 and you're putting for a 4, but it's like 20 feet, we have 3 feet. I'll throw the hammer, because then the hole is worth 2 points instead of 1. So if you miss and we hole, we get 2 points. Ball burst, game over. Right? That's my understanding of it. However, the hammer has to be accepted. I think that should go. I think if you throw the hammer, that's it. And you should have like 3 hammers or 5 hammers for the match over the 15 holes. And that'll make it interesting, because then it's like, I'm going to stamp in your throat while you're down, and this ball is now worth 2 points. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm into it. I try and watch it. I don't watch it live. I think it's live on like the Saturday nights. It's on, we've been on Tuesday night. So last night when this podcast goes out, and the schedule, but it goes live. It's like stupid o'clock. It's like the NBA. It goes out like midnight on a Saturday our times. But it's nice to catch up on it on a Sunday, 8:30 to 10:30. Aston Commons, McIlroy's team. He's playing with the Ryder Cup captain. What's his name? Mustache guy. Super Mario. Tall
Keegan
Super
Bradley.
Mario. Keegan Bradley and Michael Thorbjornsen was a stand-in. But yeah, it's for this side of the Atlantic. They play it. They put it out on Sundays, like 8:30, so really like that. My wife asked all these questions, so I figured if people are maybe watching TGL or don't know what it's about, I'd give a really quick overview of it. TGL, teams play 15 holes for each match. It's divided into 2 sessions, 9 holes of triples, and 6 holes of singles. What is triples, I hear you ask? Me, Emer, and Kev are on our team. So triples mean I hit first, Emer hits the next, Kev hits the next, and then so on. So like foursomes, but with 3 people. And then there's singles, so head-to-head play for 6 holes. How does that work with 3 people, I hear you ask? So Paddy will play like hole, what are they? 9 holes. So Paddy will play hole 10 and hole 13. Emer will play hole 11 and 14, and Kev will play the other ones, 12 and 15. 1v1 versus the other team. So that's how it works. Each hole is worth a point. Unless a hammer is thrown or 2, then worth a couple of points. And the match is worth a certain amount of points then, and it's a league. So the top, there's 6 teams. So the top, how many people go into the playoffs? I don't know. We might have that one for next week. The top 4 teams in that league then go into the playoffs, like semi-final, final. So yeah, that's how it looks. Who are the teams, I hear you ask? They're all they've all tried to base themselves around urban centers in the States. So you've Atlanta Drive. They're all really like ChatGPT made up these names. I'm really sure of it. Atlanta Drive Golf Group has Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantley, Billy Horschel, Lucas Glover. Out of nowhere, that came out of left field. Boston Common is kind of my team because I support the Boston Celtics, so it's only natural. And Rory's on it, and Adam Scott is on it. Adam Scott's like one of my all-time favorite golfers of all time. Rory, Scotty, Keegan Bradley, and Hideki Matsuyama, one of the best ball strikers ever. But I think Hideki and Adam were injured or couldn't make it, so young Michael I filled in. Jupiter Lynx is Tiger, Max Homa, Tom Kim, Kevin Kisner. LA Golf Club, who beat LA Golf Club was who Boston Common beat yesterday, there on Saturday night, is Colin Morikawa, Sahith Theegala, Tommy Fleetwood, and Justin Rose. New York Golf Club, Matt Fitz, Ricky Fowler, Xander Schauffele, Cameron Young. In the Bay Golf Club, the Lowry, Shane Lowry, Minwoo Lee, the Chef, Wyndham Clark, and Ludwig Aubert. Is that how you pronounce Aubert, or is it Aber?
It's Oberg.
Aber. It's Oberg.
Oberg, I'm pretty sure.
There we go. So they've got hard-hitting personalities from the PGA Tour. They're all mic'd up. You hear all the crack. I think it's a fun format. It'd be pretty cool if some golf clubs started introducing that as like a short course type of competition format. Yeah, even like foursomes for 9, 4-ball for 9, or whatever. That'll be a bit of crack. Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
TGL.
It's that was a brilliant overview, and actually I didn't even understand the format watching it last night since you said it. So thanks a million. I think we should clip that into a segment itself on a video because that's so informative.
We'll try and do that. I might re-record it a bit more clarity.
That was great. One note, actually two notes. First of all, Michael Thorbjornsson, he's absolutely class. I did not realize it until I saw him last night.
He's ridiculous. It kind of shows the level of golf we're coming out of. You know, the collegiate side of things in the States, they get if they're number one in the rankings or whatever, they get a PGA Tour card. It's like a true pathway to the tour. Like our Mark Power would have played against him plenty of times and been of the same standard. So that's why, last week I called Mr. Power out as being possibly the next big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
amazing.
like Thornbjorn, I don't know how old he is. How old is he? He's 24. Carrying the ball 330 yards in balance. Ridiculous. It's a different game they play.
Insane. And just you mentioned Adam Scott there, probably the greatest, most beautiful golf swing of all time.
And man, he's a beautiful man.
And man, to be fair to him. It actually, I was thinking about this over Christmas, and we should do a segment on our favourite golf swings. So that's something we'll save for another episode. But if any listener has any ideas on their favourite or most unique golf swing, it could be Jim Furyk, Adam Scott, Nelly Korda, Justin Thomas, whatever it is, or that guy who plays cack-handed, or he doesn't use, sorry, not cack-handed.
Davy Fitzgerald.
What's his name?
Davy Fitzgerald. Clare hurling goalkeeper. Famously played cack-handed, got to scratch, played in the south, and then changed around. And got down to 3 again. But yeah, it's not Davy Fitz. I don't know who you're talking about, cack-handed.
That's funny. No, I meant there's a guy who plays and he doesn't clutch, he doesn't grip his fingers together. I'll send you the clip and we'll actually clip this into it. He is unbelievable. He's playing college golf now and he holds the golf club like this.
Oh, I've seen him. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find
his
it.
grip is straight out of Mars. It's from a different stratosphere.
Yeah.
It's very non-traditional. Yeah. So
Exactly. Anyway, have you any more news for me, Paddy?
I do have news, but if rather than like favorite golf swings, send us in who your favorite golfer is and why. Maybe you met them one time. Paul McGinney was my favorite and still is, but he was my favorite because he always made time for me at Irish Opens when I was like 14 and 15. At the range or something, handing out gloves from yesterday or whatever.
He's an amazing man. He is such an amazing ambassador for golf, and he's probably I love all the golf commentators, like they're amazing, but Paul McGinley, you could listen to him all day every day and he has so much knowledge and so much passion, and yeah, big Paul McGinley fan here.
So am I. He gets a lot of flack for his commentating. I think it's the best in the business. More news. I saw something nice over the weekend. Was Justin Rose. Justin Rose was literally like a kid at Christmas when he opened up a putter he bought himself, which was a Scotty Cameron Trillium putter. Do you remember them? We'll hopefully put an image on this if my editing skills are up to scratch. So he put it up on Instagram of the box open and how it arrived and the front and the back of it. And it was the putter he used as an amateur. It was the model putter he used as an amateur at the Open in 1998 when he won the silver plate. He was leading the amateur for a long time. And Scotty Cameron released a limited batch of these putters to celebrate over 25 years of Trillium, which is the material in the insert and the style of the putter. It's the Scotty Cameron H25 Limited Trillium Newport 2. Now, if that doesn't roll off the tongue, I don't know what could. It's like Kerrygold butter, isn't it? It was a limited edition launched around the world. He was so pleased he could purchase one. That's tells you everything you need to know about Justin Rose. He went out and bought it himself. I think many people with the money he has and the access he has would be like, can I get one of those, Scotty? But he was saying in his post, it brings back so many memories for him. It will never be used but will still sit next to my original putter in my golf room. I thought that was really wholesome. Shows how classy Justin is, and that he's really, I don't know how old he is now. Is he 46? He's really taken every memory he can from the game. Because I'd say, he's 46. I'd say his gratitude journal is pretty full.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. I loved that story. It reminded me of my first ever golf club that I had. It was I think it was a Mizuno 3-iron. That was a hand-me-down from a relative
Jeez.
of mine. And that's genuinely, that was the first golf club I was ever hitting.
I was going to ask you, so that's a golf club, a putter, that he has like favorite putter, loads of great memories with. What's one golf club you have had in the past? Maybe that Mizuno 3-iron that you would love to have back today, or that you'd love to have sitting in the corner of the garage or the sitting room or whatever you just look at and think of good times.
Can it be a current club in my bag?
It could be a current one.
I have a Ping G253 wood. That is my favorite club I have ever used in my entire life. And I'll tell you a story. I bought it in London. I got fitted for it in American Golf when I was living in London. And I went off and I played Doonbeg last year. And between Doonbeg and a different course I was playing, I lost the 3 wood and I was so sad about it. So when I decided I needed the exact replica, I needed the exact specs measurements, I contacted American Golf in London, had the same club back within 2 weeks. And it has never let me down. I had a nice draw with it. Whatever way they've created the club, it gives me a nice little right to left. And yeah, so even when I'm not using it, it is going to hang in my garage or sit in my golf office or wherever. So that's my favorite club
Nice.
I've ever had.
Nice. For me, I was 15 or 16. I caddied in the home club, so I was earning more money than my dad for 8 weeks of the summer. Don't tell the revenue, but it was a Scotty Cameron Red X2 center shafted putter. This yoke was incredible, and it got robbed out of my bag at a certain golf club. So ever since, when I'm finished golfing, straight into the boot. Be young teenager, I'll just stick them outside, go up the flight for upstairs for a Diet Coke or whatever. Club sandwich, back down. Oh man, gone. And they were like, see, they were over €300 back then. That's like 2002. That's the equivalent of like €600 or €700 2026 money. But I still find myself a couple times a year onto the eBays looking for, Scotty Cameron Red X2 center shafted putter, but they're all battered. So maybe I'll go to Finglas this weekend. I'll pop up to McGurk's. I'll head up to McGurk's Golf. Maybe they have one in the rack in the warehouse in decent condition.
Definitely.
And that will just sit behind me here. Just to look at maybe.
I'm sad that you won't obviously have that club to hand, but I'll definitely attach a picture of me and my 3 wood to that segment as well, just so people can see it's gorgeous.
I'll pull one from Google Images.
Yeah. I know I love talking about these topics, Paddy, because it's something that, like, unless you had asked me, I would have never thought about it. And there'll be like a random old golf club. I had this really nice ping putter as a child as well, which I loved. But like, I hope listeners.
Was it the man on the motorbike?
Huh?
Was it that putter? Remember the ping putter that came out, the mallet putter? And it was like silver with a blue strip in the middle and white down the middle of the blue strip. But if you turned it 90 degrees, it looked like a man on a motorbike.
Oh my God, no. I just had
I'll send you that.
Oh my God.
I'll send you that. Yeah, it looked like a man on a motorbike. I could never unsee that then when a friend of mine told me.
Hilarious.
But yeah, a friend of mine told me. So we've had correspondence. Some scratch social stories from the people listening. So thank you all for pressing play. You can get in touch with us on, what's the email, Emer?
podcast@scratchsocialhq.
Or at Scratch Social HQ and all social media platforms. So we were chatting a good bit over the holiday season with friends, and one such friend is a follower of the podcast. How's it going, Andy? In the DMs about what golf course to seek out and play in 2026. So that spurred me to sit down and make a quick list. I was like, 5 golf courses or 10 golf courses I'll play next, like 6 or 7 minutes later, I've 40 golf courses on a list. Some I've played already. I want to revisit, like Waterville, like Rossapena, like all these places, glorious places, some new ones, Mullingar, Tullamore, these places. And places I've been hearing about, and people commenting on the Scratch Social Reels going, you should try here, here, and here. And so loads of great golf to go experience all over this country. And a good friend of mine, Andy Gray, told me a great story of, so they want to do a North Dublin trip with the lads. They're in Cork. So they'll have to bring the passports. They'll leave Cork and come up to Dublin with the lads. So lads. And they're looking at St. Anne's, Royal County Down, the Island, the Jameson Links, real Portmarnock, Luttlestown Castle, St. Margaret's. So they'll try and get, of that, 2 top ones and 2 others. I replied back and says, real Portmarnock? What do you mean by that? So obviously, the Jameson previous was the Portmarnock Hotel and Link. So I thought, maybe that's why. But he goes, there's a story behind that. So 4 of their group were heading up to the Irish Open when it was on up north somewhere. Typical Cork lads, up north of Mallow somewhere. So that's either Royal County Down or maybe in Donegal in Ballyliffin. And they wanted to play somewhere along the way. So their Aussie friend, I don't know, is that Aussie their friend, right? But our Aussie friend said he'd look for a top course. Typical Cork lads, let's get someone really foreign to book the golf in Ireland. So our Aussie friend said he'd look for a top course, booked in, and he was bragging then in the WhatsApp group that he got the number 1 course in Dublin at a great price, and even better, it was in a comp. Well, the swearing when we got there, when they were booked on the hotel course. Lovely spot. They still haven't played it, but it wasn't what they thought they were going to play. And he hasn't lived it down since, and he's not allowed to book anything anymore.
Brilliant.
I thought that was hilarious. So if people have stories like that, a friend of mine isn't allowed to organise anything, organise my stag, and literally could not organise a piss up in a brewery. So he's not allowed to book anything either. So if people have their stories, they know where to send them.
Brilliant. That's absolutely gas. And I would say that they aren't the first and won't be the last to do that as well. Both amazing courses, though, I have to say. But yeah, that's funny.
No, 100%. It reminded me, it's called the Jameson Links now, so I don't think that would be an issue. But I have heard of people getting off the airport, in Dublin Airport, and getting taxis and saying Killeen Golf Club. So they land in Killeen Golf Club just outside Naas rather than Killeen Castle, an hour and 10 minutes away. Or they get off the airport in Belfast and after St. which is in Massapenna, but they end up in St. Patrick's in Balcarrig. So they end up 4 hours away from Massapenna. So I have heard of those particular scenarios. So if that's happened to you, in different countries maybe, let us know. Let us know those stories.
Let us know. Okay,
Buckets.
Paddy. So, buckets. Let's talk about this. We launched our podcast back in December and we started doing golf courses under €50, underrated golf courses. And naturally, as we both have a VIOS map, thank you, Kevin, we have a list of Irish bucket list courses. And throughout January, we're going to be sharing 2 courses each and every week in January that we think you should have on your bucket list. Look, there are so many courses that could be on this. Ireland is golfing heaven. These are just our opinion, but please comment and let us know if you think we've missed something, or if you agree or disagree with our weekly picks. But I might kick off and get right into it, Paddy. So my 2026 bucket list golf course is probably on a lot of other bucket lists, but it's Carn Golf Links in County Mayo. You and I both know Jerry and Fiona. We love them. It's an amazing place. It is in the back of Beyond in County Mayo. It's overlooking Black Sod Bay. And when I played Carn, I actually did the Black Sod Sea Safari. They looked after it for us. My God, we went to the island of Inishkea, which is an abandoned island. Obviously, where a long, long time ago, hundreds of years ago, people used to live on it. And it was seriously eye-opening because there was ruins of hundreds of years ago. So if anybody is going to go play Carn in Belmullet, please do the Black Sod Sea Safari, because also it helps the local business. It's a really well-run local business. And I think that's so important because Carn is purely, it's basically, I think, a not-for-profit. It's just a community golf course. It relies on green fees, overseas international members. Anne Ligori, who we both met a couple of weeks ago, is the overseas president, which is amazing for golf, by the way, in Ireland in general. But I'll just give a very quick overview on Carn itself, just so people have an understanding. It was originally designed by Eddie Hackett, and now there's been a couple of changes. So there's actually 27 holes there. But the main star of the show are the Wild Atlantic Dunes, which are the most stunning 18 holes that you're probably going to get in the northwest of Ireland. It's not target golf, it's creative golf. So you're asked to keep the ball low and under the wind. Use the slopes and contours rather than fight them, because if you try and be clever at Cairn, your ball is going never to be seen again. I tried to be clever when I played Cairn and lost about 6 golf balls on the front nine. The dunes are like 100 feet high, so you don't really know. You know, you're hitting and hoping at times as well, aren't you?
100%. One of the funniest moments on the golf course happened to me and Karen. I think it's the 12th hole on the White Atlantic Dunes course. So it's like an amalgamation of the 27 holes. A buddy of mine, it was his third round of golf ever. We were playing Karen anyway. That's a different story. That's a different story for a different day. We might tell next week. So myself and Owen were up. We played a number of courses, but we played Karen like the third day. And on the 12th hole, I hit a shot into, it's par 3. So I hit a shot into about 4 feet. Delighted. The hill behind it, rolled back down to 4 feet, got down the slope. Perfection. And we're doing a bit of photography and some funny videos or whatever. Owen hits his shot grand. And then what only can be described as the world's largest hawk, not a seagull, not a crow. I thought it was a long extinct Irish golden eagle came down. It was huge yoke. Flew down over the dune, grabbed my ball. Wasn't like fiddling around with like seeing the seagulls in sawgrass. Grabbed my ball. Was his first time. He was used to this. Grabbed my ball and fecked off. Like flew off. And I was expecting I might drop it. No, this lad was collecting these things. Gone. Never to be seen again. So yeah, Fiona still jives me about that one. She says the crow. I'm like, you have a hawk on the premises.
What is the ruling on that?
I replaced my ball, so I replaced it to about 6 inches and tapped into early.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh my God, that's amazing. No, that is Cairn though. It's so unpredictable. It's rugged. It's not like this super polished links, but that's what makes it so special. And there's a really nice line I read online, and it says Cairn Golf Links is unpredictable, demanding, and unforgettable. A reminder that the best golf experiences happen when nature is in charge. That is Cairn to a T.
You have to go to understand. You have to go. You have to play it, or maybe play it twice. Go to the lobster pot in town. That's not the name of the pub, but that's what the pub's nickname is, because once you get in, you ain't getting out. You need to go do the full experience. Go down to the sea, to the Belmullet tidal pool. Do it all.
Yeah.
It's not just around the golf. It is truly an experience. Well,
Yeah.
I thoroughly agree with that as a bucket list. I smell a road trip.
I do
I smell a
too.
road trip. Yeah.
Jerry and Fiona, they have the most amazing story too. So I hope one day we can get them on this podcast and share it with the listeners. But yeah,
Deadly.
bucket list for 2026. That is my first one, really.
I have one. I have my bucket list, and no one will be surprised when I say it's Rosapenna. I've been waxing lyrically about Rosapenna and Downings for 5-6 years. I've been going the last 3 years to the Scratch Cup. I won't be going to the Scratch Cup this year because we are in New Jersey, because we booked it before the fixtures were released, and I was gutted. But that just gives me all the more reason. Find another day to go to Rosapenna. It's a hotel and golf resort. It's run by the Caseys. So Frank and John, they're great lads. They're about my age, like. They're probably a bit younger, give them a couple of years. So it's really a family-run business. Like, you could see John at reception and then pulling pints, serving people, checking people in the golf course. You might see him fizzing down on a buggy at like 4 p.m. at some time. And the two of them are like that. They really live and breathe the place. But it's one of Ireland's great links destinations now. It's on miraculous Sheephaven Bay. One of the favourite pictures I've ever taken is on the 14th hole in St. Patrick's of Sheephaven Bay. You'll find 3 outstanding courses. The initial one, Old Tom Morris, it was actually the original tourism, and it's still ongoing. He's actually with the Edinburgh Society of Golfers, like St. Andrew were the initial people that kept coming to Rosapenna. So there's a great link there with that part of Scotland. That's there since 1893. So Rosapenna is not a new thing. Sandy Hills Links was built by Pat Ruddy in the early 90s. I think it was 1994, that's from the top of my head. And St. Patrick Links is a Tom Doak. So every American and anyone into their architecture, like there's people out there who want to play all the Doak courses. So Dokey came along and it opened in 2019, was it? Maybe 2021, just after COVID. And it was immediately ranked 49th in the world. Immediately upon opening. So yeah, I love it because, again, bit of culture, You're on the beach. It's one of the best beaches in the country. Things really delivers like that real local flavour. Doesn't hurt that Eric, your man on morning TV, is also from Downings. Only found out that the other week. The Goose and Gander is, since I moved home from Italy, is the best pizza you will ever have. It's like it's out of Main Street, Milan. It's class. It's fucking class. Across the road, well, around the corner up the hill is the Harbour Bar. So if you want to go into a pub full of memories, they've got paraphernalia from all around the globe. You know, like New York cops or Australian hats with the corks on them. Or, you could see anything. Everything's stuck to the roof. Like every square inch of this place is covered in nostalgic moments and memories of people visiting. It's one of the top views I have on reels on my own profile, because I literally was out the front with a friend of mine having a pint, and I took the camera away from the pint up to the view and panoed, and it's just sit that front porch with the Guinness in hand, looking across the beach over to the Rossapenna Golf Resort to the other side and the dunes. And yeah, Rossapenna Golf is a place done right. Truly golfing mecca in my eyes. Yeah.
Amazing. I cannot wait to play the summer solstice on the 21st of June. I'm going to try get up there earlier though, because I don't like actually playing a golf course for the first time, like especially if it's going to be a competition. So I am, because you've sold it to me so much now, Paddy, I am dying to get up
Are
there.
you booked in?
Yeah.
You're booked in for the summer solstice?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. I think we're going to have a Cairn to Rossapenna golf. I think we have my goal of a golf trip maybe sorted. But we'll have to rope in a few more people. You know, if we have 8 people, that's a nice mix. Nice mix for 3-4 days. So people, if you want to come to a golf trip, let us know. We'll organise it. Golf course under €50, Emer.
Limerick Golf Club. I grew up playing all my junior golf at Limerick Golf Club, and look, I don't have a bias towards it. Like I'm a member of Sunningdale in London. That's actually my home club. Moved home from London last year and started playing at Limerick Golf Club. Just joined the club. It has had some of the most incredible refurbishments, and I played it over the summer, and oh my God, the condition that the fairways are in and the greens, it's absolutely phenomenal. Look, obviously it's winter now, so I'm sure the course is affected, but it's definitely worth a visit because they have a really good rate of €45 for GUI members as a winter rate. It is a lovely course. It's tree lined. It's not the longest course in the world, so it's actually quite an enjoyable course to play. Like, it's not going to tear you apart unless you hit the ball into the trees all the time. So yeah, highly rated. I'm going to be playing a lot of golf there this year, and they're expecting a lot of tourists as well to come in, of course, with the Ryder Cup on the way. So they're doing a lot of work there. But look, they really deserve it. They really deserve a lot more green fees and visitors because it is such a nice course.
To check it out. I don't think I've played Limerick Golf Club. I played Ballyneety when I was like 17 and hungover. Literally stopped in TK Maxx on the way out to get a polo shirt and a pair of slacks. So yeah, I need to go down and do a golf course on Limerick property.
Ballyneety is a course I would not play hungover because there is a hill that you have to climb up to that par 5 fourth. Oh my Lord, that is the last thing I would do. So, but you had youth on your side when you're 17.
Youth on my side. I was on the 17th tee with my buddy John. We only spoke about this last weekend when I was having a few actual my waddies in his house. And we were talking about that day, and we're on the 17th hole. I had 39 points on the 17th tee. But the problem was John gets bad hangovers, always has his whole life. And he saw the car from the 17th tee and turned around and says, I'm done. I'm going in. So I had no one to mark my card. So I popped in. He signed it, but I turned down points. Sure, I came like 4th or something. But I had 2 holes to play. I'll never forgive him. And now it's on record on a podcast. So yeah, I'll never let him live that down.
That's worth a visit. It's a gorgeous golf club as well, and they're hosting the Junior Ryder Cups. So yeah, please come down. Actually, I'll play them with you. They're great courses.
It's a 36-hole day. I'm going to have to take a lot of PTO this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Speaking, we actually talked about Ballyneety as an underrated course a couple of weeks ago. This is going to be a segment that we really, really delve into in 2026. Paddy, what is your underrated golf course this week?
Rosslare Golf Links. Down, it's a natural beauty. It's suitable for serious golfers, for holiday makers. It's a holiday town. It's not just to get the ferry to Portsmouth or Cherbourg or wherever. Wexford Strawberries, so reputable for really good weather down there. There's actually two courses. I've played the championship course with Tiernan when he was looking after the place when I went down there. Designed by Martin Hawtrey and a fellow called Taylor. Rolling dunes. There's blind shots. So I love a good blind shot. There's strategic challenges, but they also have like a 12-hole little loop up the back, designed by Christy O'Connor Jr. So that's sometimes I leave these small things because that's the reason to go back. So yeah, I have a lot of time for us. They're really lovely traditional links, quirky. You need to be strategic, or you just go down there, have a few beers, have a few drinks, and have fun. But I really love the closing holes, like the last 4 or 5 holes. You're back along by the sea. They've done some changes where they've elevated the tee boxes so you can see the sea. But the last 4 or 5 holes really make or break your score. Some real toughies.
Nice. I've never played there. Actually, I can't wait to play Rossler. That sounds class.
This country's great. You're only a drive away.
Yeah.
From anywhere.
Yeah, literally. My God.
Up and down of the week. Eamon McManus, what's your up and down for this week that brought us into the new year, into 2026?
My up is that, look, we're back to work. I have a routine again. I am a creature of habit and I have a really exciting working year ahead. So I'm looking forward to that. And my down is just this weather. Look, to be honest, I didn't really have anything else to complain about, so I just chose the weather. It's not really a down, like it's to be expected. We've got more time to record a
We're
podcast.
Irish.
Yeah,
We're Irish.
exactly. Exactly. Look, I don't really have a down. It's just the weather isn't great, but sure, look, it's grand. Do you know what I mean? My down, my other down is similar to, well, it was a down that you have too, but if you'd mind enlightening our listeners on your up and down of the week, please.
Yeah, up and down of the week. The up is I love having a plan. So I love having the goals done. But for me, it's all very well writing them down or sharing them on social media, which I haven't done. But like I now want to focus on the execution. So for me, it's new golf coach. I was with Niall McGlynn in the Golf Ireland Academy for 5 years. Got on really well personally, but I just thought it was time for a change. He's super, super busy. Niall's one of the best coaches in the country. One of the best coaches in the country. And it was, for me, it was like 35 minutes to get there, 35 minutes to get back. I have 2 small girls. So I'm with Ryan Gribbin, who was PGA Trainee of the Year, 2025. He's in Naas Golf Club, so 11 minutes away, down a back road, and I'm there. Or when I come home from work, it's actually 3 minutes from the train station.
Yeah.
It's really flexible and will work around my kind of work and life commitments. So yeah, new coach, new system. I had 2 lessons, don't tell work, but the 23rd of December for lunch. I popped over I can pop over for lunch and have a lesson for half an hour. And I haven't made a golf swing, bar playing once, past like 9 o'clock in the backswing and through past like 1 p.m. on the through swing. So really building it brick by brick. So yeah, new coach, new systems, new goals. Let's go. The down happened today. So 2 days ago. And I thought we were going places. I thought he was being backed. I thought no matter who said what media-wise or ex-player-wise or pundit-wise, that they were going to back him. And through his contract to 22 to 27 is Ruben Amorim getting sacked. Whoa! And I was in a forecast call at work. Like, how much you going to sell this month? And I get a ping. Amorim got sacked. All around the little meeting was like ping, ping, ping,
Yeah.
ping, ping. Amorim getting sacked. I was like, that's another 18-month experiment. We've done 6 or 7 years of 18 months band-aids rather than, if they fired Alex Ferguson after 18 months, there'd be no legacy.
It's unbelievable. I was actually thinking Ruben Amorim should join a Manchester United managers support group. They should actually have a group of them now. Because
there's definitely a WhatsApp group.
When I saw Amorim was gone as well, I just couldn't believe it. Like, there was no need. Yes, okay, he's spoken out and said a few bits, but he actually wasn't doing. His win percentage isn't massive, but he was actually starting to, clean up the shop a little.
6th in the table. How United have changed. We're like, we were 6th in the table when we were doing okay. Like 10 years ago, 6th in the table was a sackable offence. Yeah, obviously, I didn't know before, but I definitely know now. We're both Man United fans, so up the Red Devils. But yeah, so I saw today, he was doing such a great job for every other Premier League club. I saw that. I giggled at that, yeah. I did giggle at that. But yeah, that's it for another week. Thank you all for listening. Guess that's crossoverhq.com. We love getting an email. It's so much more personal than all DM, but we love a DM as well. HQ, wherever you live on those social media platforms. If you anything, do you want to sign out there, Eber? Go on. Give it a run.
What's the email we got last week? What's his name?
Email from Kevin will be read out next week. Big email from Kevin. Big questions. Great questions. Playing golf 3 years. Still have loads of questions. And bonus episode this Friday.
Yeah.
All around what's come to Ireland golf-wise, events and more.
Definitely. Look, we're in the depths of winter at the moment, but the golf season is only just around the corner. Any other ideas, topics, suggestions, whatever you guys want us to cover, as Paddy says, send us an email, send us a message, a DM. Stop us if you bump into us at the golf club. We would love to hear from you. Look, thanks again for all the support as well. It's been really exciting for us because, we didn't really know where this was going to go at the start, and now we're starting to see a bit of engagement from you guys. So thanks a million, and roll on the rest of 2026.
Absolutely. From me, Paddy.
And me, Emer.
Take it easy. Good luck.
Take it easy.